Look, Shaft, Brendel, you guys look a little bit cramped and uncomfortable. Why don't you just let me man the levers here? I guess we can try this 8th one here. Let's see what it does. Oh, there goes our lights. There we go. Lights back on. No big deal. Maybe the next one, I guess, number 9. Oh, okay. That puts us down 20 more feet. I guess that's a good thing. Well, next one in line, I guess, give that a shot. Number 10. We'll just pull that and see what happened last time on the Incorrigible Party.
So you got 3 locks you have to pick.
I'm not worried about picking those locks. I'm a little bit more worried about if we get all the way to picking the locks and we need some kind of key to operate these things.
But these are what the employees wear,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, very clearly, yes.
How much bigger is it than I am?
When Gozer found her dark alley, she went and she'd set up a couple little booby traps and kind of got a little comfortable, sat down, looked around, noticed there was nobody there, and started crying.
Okay, so I want to put all the levers back into neutral and hop back out of the barrel looking thing and hang out until everyone else is done with their rest.
Okay, so I think we're going to continue to start going that direction towards the storm.
Okay.
Perfect storm here, yeah.
And see if we run into anything. Or, let me restate that. Try not to run into anything.
Yeah.
Okay, just everybody relax. Just settle down, guys. It's not that much water in here. I can fix this. Yes, I know I shouldn't have pulled the 10th lever, but this is fine. I've got a bag of holding. It can hold a bunch of water. We'll just scoop up the water into the bag, and then we can carry on with the adventure.
You guys have divided into these crabs and are now on your way towards this storm. I mean, that's kind of the only real direction which you know to head, right?
Mm-hmm.
You guys are now, whether or not you as players may forget some of the controls in your crab subs, you as characters certainly understand how to use them.
Oh, great. So my notes are useless now.
Great. Wasted Post-it. We're killing the trees, Leland.
Well, it definitely helps that you as a player knows, but I wouldn't make you roll every time you wanted to pull a lever, is what I'm getting at, right?
That's a good idea. I'll pull lever 11 and shoot the rocket launcher now.
Ah, okay.
That's what I have down on my sheet.
Unfortunately, Brendel loaded the rocket backwards, and your sub blows up.
Oh no, Brendel died!
Actually, Brendel's the only one that survived.
Called it.
Yes. It's my kind of DM.
So how are you guys diving, right down? Are you staying on the surface until you kind of get closer to the storm? Or what exactly are you guys doing?
I think we'd want to maybe dive down to the floor of the ocean, and wherever she went is probably in some kind of a cave or something, I would assume, underwater.
What if she's just gotten on? What if there's an island out in the middle of the sea that is in the center of the storm, though?
Then as we walk along the bottom, we'll start going
run
up.
into the island.
And we'll go into the island.
What if it's a floating island?
Well, we look up
Then
and
we'll miss
see the island.
Okay.
Well, so just remember your field of view here. You have the viewfinder directly in front of you and to either side of you. So seeing directly above, below, or behind you guys, your vision is greatly reduced. Behind you,
Can
you can't
not,
see behind you.
Direct the crab to look up? Using levers, turning it.
There's not. Yeah, see, by the controls, there's not really that 3-dimensional movement. It's kind of you ballast up or down, and then you kind of move forward or backwards. So kind of turning it, you're not really guiding it as maybe you would swim. You know what I mean? It's just kind of raising and lowering, and then moving on kind of these two axes of movement. Well,
let's just let Falzarin and Shaft. Falzarin and Shaft, you're in your own, so you guys figure out what you're doing. But I'm gonna tell Gozer hey Gozer, maybe we should. What do you think? Go down to the ocean floor, because that seems the most sneaky. If we're, you know what I mean? I don't want them to see us. What do you think?
Good idea. Don't want people from shore to see us either.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna pull the levers and we're gonna dive down to the floor.
So we see lights of the other crab, right?
Yeah. So your headlights, which you guys have both turned on, it puts out bright light for 30 feet and dim for another 30 feet. So you got about 60 feet of vision in front of you.
Okay, I'm going to sort of steer sort of right behind them, so if they start dipping down, I'll dip down also. Sort of following their lead.
Okay.
Shaft, do you think we should maybe use a little bit of our ballast and cover more ground by being a bit above them in the water?
I don't want to lose them in case they drop down and we don't see it. I mean, as long as we stay back so we can see them, that's fine with me.
Yeah, but maybe like up 10, 20 feet above them in the water.
Sure, that's fine.
Okay.
I moved us, but the screen's black.
Oh, on roll 20. That's okay. We're not quite there yet, as the storm is a few miles off of the coast. But as you guys are now kind of traveling at or near the bottom of the sea floors, it's slowly kind of declining out and to greater and greater depths. You get to a point where even in the water, you kind of see these swirls and these rings of water that kind of tapering down, almost like they look like what you could picture like a cyclone, like an underwater cyclone. And you can see though that you've dived down low enough and you're far away enough from them where they don't seem to be a problem, but you kind of witness this phenomenon as you guys now are kind of hitting the edge of this storm that's raging above the surface.
So, but nothing seems to be affecting the crabs or moving us around. We're still in complete control.
Yeah, so far, just kind of like there's this, as you go deeper and deeper, just kind of the walls of your subs are kind of just creaking and groaning, as the pressure starts to grow. As you are nearing closer to these kind of underwater cyclones, you kind of see the debris of what must be shipwrecks that have steered into this storm. Some pieces still intact. You can make it a couple vessel names on them, like the Salty Mariner and Trident's Fury. One piece that's kind of almost like looks like it's severed in half, that all you can really make out on the end of it is just fish. Many different pieces of different sizes. It's really difficult to even tell how many ships you think like this assorted wreckage even belongs to.
Do they look like they have treasure?
It's mostly debris. I mean, yeah, you could see a few like what looked like maybe cargo boxes, similar to what Brand you had kind of helped load in Port Randis there. Some of them most of them look shattered. If you wanted to take the time and try to investigate for something, you could.
Well, not now. I was just thinking later.
Oh, okay.
Does the word fish on that one ship seem to be in the same text as the rising starfish that we had seen previously? Just days ago?
Why don't you roll me a history check?
That would be a 9.
It does, even in these dark and watery depths, it does look familiar.
Oh, crap. Well, I know I loaded crap onto that ship, so that's not treasure. Well, I'm also not in the same crab as you, so I don't know that. Okay, whatever.
Do we know if there's any way that these crab crew quarters can pump water out if we were to like open a hatch and let water in? Is there a way for them to get the water out?
It does not appear so.
Comes with its own little Dixie cup in the corner.
So there's no really the only exit and entrance is that hatch that you guys had climbed into. So should water get in and you close the hatch, there would be nowhere for you to actually bail the water that's in there out to.
Yeah.
Right? Especially fully submerged. There's no system that would pump it out or anything like that in here.
The crabs are buoyant though, so I mean you could get to the surface and get out.
That's how you'd have to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and so now on this Brennan Gozer's crab, you kind of walking along the sea floor, you're kind of kicking up sand and grit and kind of obscuring your vision a little bit. And the gentleman in the sub above, they kind of, every intermittently lose sight of their crab as it's continuing moving forward. As you spot it, you can still make out the headlight light, even if the sub itself may get obscured.
I think Gozer would tell Bryn to go up a little bit so we're not kicking up sand, because we wouldn't be able to see what's ahead of us.
Aye, aye, Captain.
So as you push up that lever 9 and you raise the 20 feet above, now kind of matching the height that the boys are in, rising your sub out of the sediment, you kind of come upon this giant, what looks like this huge growth of coral, and immediately in front of you, you kind of see that it's shaped like a human skull very clearly, and in your headlights, you see the coral. You know, unlike what you may think of, like maybe like a beautiful, like colorful reef, a reef coral, this just looks almost drained of color, and it gives the illusion of bone. It's like a bone white, really making this skull look like as if some giant 50-foot head has sunken and rotted at the bottom of this ocean.
Oh, jeez.
And you can see in its eye holes that they lead into tunnels leading into this coral.
Hey, I think that's the place. Look at that thing. That's crazy.
Yeah, that has to have something to do with Erica.
It looked like giant head.
Yeah.
Giant head.
Let's see if they're gonna go down in the eye hole.
Go in right.
What are the boys doing? You want the right? You want us to go first? We sure?
Yes. We don't need to wait them. We don't need them.
This seems like it could be a bad death.
No. This exciting.
Alright, Captain. We go in the right hole.
You want to follow them down the right hole, or you want to go in the left?
Let's follow them. Let's not split up.
All right. How much room is there when they go in? Does it just fit, or is it like
so these your crab subs, they are, for the like D&D sizing, they're large. They take up like a 10 by 10 square, and the eye hole, these openings of these eye holes, you see they kind of span about 20 feet across and maybe another 15 or so feet tall. So on Roll20 here are little tokens. Bryn and Gozer, you guys are in crab sub 2, and Falsey and Shaft, you are in crab sub 1. And you guys should be able to move those subs. So you see here on the map these two tunnels right in front of you. Yeah, those are kind of the eye holes now as we move into this two-dimensional map I have here.
And they are separated. There's like a wall between the tunnels.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Oh, Gozer.
As you move into the right eye hole here, you see that it kind of starts to narrow on your right side, and it just kind of reduces from the 20 feet down to about this very narrow, tight fit for these subs, a 10-foot section of tunnel.
It's gonna be a tight squeeze, guys.
Yeah, you would have to go single file here now.
All right, we keep going.
And so now you're in here, and your light, you just see the same like bone white coral comprises this whole tunnel. Instead of it's not like a rock kind of phenomenon, like it's just almost been bored or formed in this huge dead growth of coral at the bottom of this ocean.
All right, Gozer, hang on to your great axe. We're doing this.
Battle axe.
Well,
the good thing is Erica's taking a lot of time here, rather than she's really done some artistic stuff here.
Maybe there is a quiet beauty in your current surroundings, but it kind of gives you more of a bit of an ominous feel, almost like you're moving inside of like this dead creature. And continue down this slight curve here. You guys kind of push and pull the levers up and down and orient yourselves so you can walk through it. You kind of come to where there's a second chamber it opens up into.
Can we fit?
It still looks currently wide enough to maneuver the subs.
but there's a fork in the path.
We can fit either way?
You could continue to go either way, yep.
Gozer, which way you want to go? This way kind of goes up to the right. This way goes to the left.
Go straight. Left.
Left. All right. Aye, aye, Captain.
Bryn, as you navigate your sub past this opening on the right, through your side viewfinder, you see that just this passageway opens up into a smaller chamber, inside of which you see like half floating, kind of bobbing up and down against the coral floor, are what look like 3 humans, and they're dressed in what looks like sailor garb, as if maybe they're like from one of the shipwrecks out there.
Are they tied down, or are they... I mean, do I see this first off?
I guess it kind of depends if Elena or Bryn would stop maneuvering as they pass, right? Because it's very tight.
I kind of nudge Gozer and I tell her to look. I'm like, what is that?
Meh, not our concern.
Just keep going?
Keep going.
Alright. I keep going.
Okay.
Listening to Gozer today.
As we pass, we see these sailors. Are they like chained down to the ground, or are they just floating in the water?
They're just kind of floating in the water. Now, but since you've taken the time to kind of peer at them, Shaft, you kind of see they each have what looks like a strange creature kind of over their face, like their mouth and nose. The closest resembling thing you could really compare it to would be like an octopus, but its body is like this balloon of translucent flesh, so you can see through it and see like the faces of these people. It's got a distinct set of gills at the bottom of its body, where the kind of this oval forms, and 3 like thick tentacles wrapped around these people's neck and shoulders. Its body kind of slowly like inflates and then deflates in this constant rhythm.
So, would it look to me like they are some kind of breathing apparatus that's keeping them alive, or do they look like they're motionless and dead?
Well, they are motionless. They look like they're unconscious. But you can see that each of the human, they have like their mouths are kind of agape, kept open by what looks like a 4th, much smaller tentacle that's kind of seems to be inserted into their mouth and down their throat. And this thin row of teeth that you can make out in this translucent flesh kind of latching onto the flesh around their mouths, as this creature looks like it's kind of been bitten into their faces. Little specks of red kind of in the water around them. And yeah, this kind of the constant rhythm is kind of definitely reminiscent of like a sleeping person's like breathing, just kind of the light and slow, steady exhale and inhale of like a sleeping person.
Do I happen by any chance to recognize any of these sailors?
Roll me another history check.
14.
You do recall, actually, from the brief interaction with a few of the dock workers outside of the Rising Starfish, that you do recognize one of these guys was on or helping to load the Rising Starfish in Port Randis.
Ah. Hey, that looks like that guy we saw back on the dock in Port Randis. I bet you that was the Rising Starfish back there. They didn't make it very far.
No. Seems like they've met a very untimely fate.
Well, I think they're still alive if you look. Look real close over there. You see those things that are sucking on their head? I think they're somehow breathing for them. At least they probably are just unconscious.
Really?
I say we don't get too close to those things.
Okay.
Too late.
So as Shaft, as you've kind of stopped, Bryn, you continued to move your crab. Obviously, you can't see them behind you, so you don't know that they've stopped to look closer. But you continued to move.
Yeah.
So you kind of get down to the end of this hallway, and it kind of takes a sharp left turn, and you nearly run right into 2 humans in robes, just kind of swimming, and you see they're tugging 2 more crew members with the same creatures over their faces.
The humans that are tugging are not wearing the creature on their face?
They are not. And they look kind of surprised to see this thing, and they're caught in your headlights here. Let's roll initiative.
Someone please roll a nat 20. I need to hear Barry again.
You want Barry trapped in a submarine with you?
Yeah, buried in a submarine. That sounds like
I just
a...
want to hear
That's
him
great.
snarl.
That would be great, yeah.
That's a 5 for Felzern.
13 for Bryn.
7 for Shaft.
Gozer, what did you get?
A 10.
I was the highest with 13.
That's kind of sad.
That's really sad. Too bad Falzarin's not in front to recognize these guys in robes.
So, as a, well, you're probably going to describe this, but the only two people that can attack are the ones driving the crabs, I assume, right?
So what we'll do here is we'll allow everybody in the subs to be able to take an action. Now, how these subs work, for your action, you can manipulate 2 levers, or a lever twice, or whatever, right? You get 2 manipulations of the controls as your action on your turn. And it is close enough quarters where the person behind them could be like reaching and throwing their own lever. So everyone will be able to get an action and be able to do stuff. Now, whether or not the second person in that sub wants to do something other than attack or move away, or that's up to them, obviously, right?
Right.
Okay, so first up is one of these humans. Now, of course, Shaft and Falzarin and Brendel. Brendel, who actually, I forgot, he was up all night crafting potions. He needs to make a constitution check because he hasn't actually slept. So, he, of course he does. He fails. He has a level of exhaustion.
Oh no.
For not sleeping.
Oh, Brendel. Don't do this to me, Brendel.
It's all your fault. This is your battle, Falzarin.
So don't get him to do any ability check. So this one of these humans, they kind of, Brennan Gozer, you see they just kind of push one of the people with these squid things on their faces. They kind of just lifts them easily in the water, right, fully submerged, and just kind of pushes them back down the tunnel from which they had come. And he swims right up to your viewfinder. You just see this human, like, you know, with his hood that's not really settled on his head because he's underwater, but he still has the hood up for whatever reason.
He doesn't want his hair to get messed up.
And you see, he actually has a battle axe strapped to his back that he pulls out and is going to try to attack the sub. And it just clinks right off of. So these subs, they have an AC 20 and 200 hit points.
Yeah, boy.
Which I'll keep track of as we're going through here.
Oh, we'll all be keeping track, Leland.
Will we, though?
No.
So the second human gets acting for you. He does the same thing with the crew member he's dragging. Pushes him back a little bit. Swims. It's actually going to swim kind of up and over above you guys. As you know, we kind of got 3 axes of movement here. Right along the ceiling of this coral tunnel here. About 5 feet of clearance above you. And he will also attack. Unfortunately, does nothing as he Shaft and Falzarin and Brendel, you all see this robed figure suddenly dart around, or, you know, jet around this tunnel, swim up and over the girl's subs, and just kind of it strikes it with its hand, but kind of no effect. Bryn, you're up.
Alright. Do I recognize anything about what they're wearing, or these guys, or like have any clue what they're doing? You know what I mean? Is it like time to read into it, or is it time to just act?
They're they're certainly attacking you. It's very clear that they are attacking.
Yeah.
And they're just wearing like kind of plain, you know, your stereotypical like black robed, like cultist looking kind of guy with, you know, maybe a length of rope cinched around their waist kind of thing.
Oh, they look like cultists to me. Alright, so where is the first one's already behind me, right?
Yeah.
The second one's in front of me. I can see him. Can my claw reach him?
Oh yeah. The first one that moved up to you is right in reach of your claw.
And it's like it's like a pincer claw, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So extending the claw is with one of the levers. Now, is there a second lever to pinch with the claw?
Yeah. 5 and 5 up and down.
So is he closer to my right or my left?
You'd be able to get him with either one. So
Okay,
five just says that each extended claw makes the following weapon attack.
Okay.
So both we have both extended. So if you flip 5 up,
yeah,
it's got a +8 to hit. So go ahead and roll to hit. 2 attacks, 1 with each claw, right? So just roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not 2 with each. Okay, so
+8.
I rolled a 13. So you're saying add 8 to that. So 21.
Okay, so 1 hits.
And math hard. What is this?
14.
14. Listener at home's like, oh, that's just 6 plus 8? You're stupid.
14 does hit.
Sweet.
So the damage for each claw is 2d6 bludgeoning.
Are they engaged with anyone else? Do I get sneaky?
You don't get sneak attack. I don't think the crab sub is not a finesse weapon. I'm sorry.
2d6 is 5. All I rolled was 5.
2d6 per claw, so 46. So roll it again, right, for the second attack.
8.
Gozer, or sorry, that was only one lever flick. Give a second one.
Let's do it again.
All right.
So I've got. I rolled a 1.
Whoa.
But that's a 9, right? And then I rolled a 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the 3 actually hits, but the 1, so the critical fail is its right claw. You shoot it out, it kind of distends the machinery, and it kind of just goes limp in the water.
Okay, didn't break off on the wall.
So you got 1 hit though. So roll me two more
I got
d6
one
for
hit.
yeah, you
Yeah.
got 1 hit. An 11 did hit.
5.
All right, Gozer.
I'm gonna go, no, do like this! And I'm going to attack with the one claw and try and jiggle the other one, see if I can get it working again.
Yeah, you just gotta give it a minute.
Okay,
One
hold
lever
on though.
does both
So
anyway.
there is an order in what order you want to do that with.
I want to attack with one.
Okay, so you're gonna attack first.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's a 14.
that's a hit.
And that is 9 points of damage.
Oof, good job.
And I'm going to jiggle the other one.
By pulling which lever?
I don't have a clue. Whichever one makes it move. Whichever one she pulled to make it move.
Pull 4. Pull 4.
And I'm going to just move it up and down.
No, okay, you have to pick a direction. Do you want to flick lever 4 up or down?
Both, because it's not. You said it went out and it just stopped moving, so I'm going to go up and down.
I know, but
up
you only have 2 lever pulls on your action.
Oh, come on.
That's how it works. So 1 was the attack. Do you want to put lever 4 up or down?
Up. I'm going up with it.
So you see both claws kind of like stutter as you're trying to put out the claws that are already out. So you see them kind of move forward like an inch and they just go as what you're trying to do, they are already out and use. Shaft, you're up.
Oh dear God! What the hell is that stuff up there? Here, let's move in a little closer. See if we can take care of.
So
this
your
situation.
speed is 30 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, you have plenty
These are
of movement.
5-foot squares.
Yes,
Okay.
they are. You're good.
So I'm gonna look at Falzer and I'm gonna point at the number 10. I'll go, don't touch this one. That's bad. Then I'm gonna grab 5 and I'm gonna reach out and try to.
For the listener at home, in case they forgot, lever 10 opens the back hatch.
Oh, there we go. 18 plus 8, so 26. That's 2d6. You said.
Yep.
8 points of damage. And when I grab onto him, am I just snipping him, or can I catch him in the claw?
Are you putting the lever 5 up?
Yeah, up.
Then it is pinching him.
Okay. So with the other claw,
So
try
the manipulation of the lever up, it puts it uses both. Both are attacking. So you do have a second attack.
I see.
Yeah. So you do get another attack. You get an attack with each claw, right? So roll me another hit.
Okay, that's a 13.
That's the hit. Yep.
And that's only 3 points of damage.
So you moving and then you attacking. Those are your 2 operations.
Okay.
Fallsrin, you're up.
Can I just say, we should have Twitch streamed this, because the number of times people are grabbing with their claw hands at the screen is hilarious.
And pointing at Gozer up and pointing at Gozer down.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna attack the guy that's closest to us, doing the same thing Shaft did again.
So lever up, lever 5 up.
Lever 5, yeah, claw attack.
Okay.
That is a 12 and a 20.
Yeah, both are gonna hit.
10 and a 7. So 17.
Wow, good job.
You rolled high.
All going at the same guy.
Okay, you got one more lever manipulation.
Oh. There's not really anything creative I can think of doing. I guess I'll just attack him again.
So lever 5 up.
Lever 5, yeah. That's a adjusted 20 and a 23. 15.
Brendel, who has Shaft on his lap, I believe.
Yeah. I'll pull my arms in.
Which one? Grab, and he grabs 5 and he pulls it down. Pulling lever 5 down, each claw shoots out again. One of them misses, but one does hit with a 26. This time the claw grabs out and it wraps around this robed figure's waist and kind of grabs onto him and grapples him. And then he's got one more movement. He's going to... You guys would you have explained anything to Brendel about how to work this thing?
No.
No.
He's all right, he's just going to flick lever 5 up,
Okay.
which is going to lash out with a hit on this grappled dude. Takes 10 more damage. Okay, so back to the rogue guy in front of Bryn and Gozer. You see him now, he's kind of getting his bearings, and he just takes his axe again, swipes at the viewfinder twice. Actually does hit, gets an adjusted 20 and a 22.
Not the viewfinder.
We might be needing to down our potions soon.
Hope not.
Dealing 14 damage. A drop in the bucket for 200 hit points.
Yeah.
That viewfinder's good for 200 hit points, right?
So this robed human, even though he's grappled, there is an escape DC 15 he could try to make. But actually, he's kind of twisting a little bit in the grip and fumbling at the latch of the back of Crab Sub 2 with Bryn and Gozer in it. And he's going to make an intelligence check to see if he can find it.
Critical fail.
He actually is unable to find it as he's fumbling around for it. And that was unfortunately his action. So Bryn, back to you.
No, it's not like I would know he's doing that.
You hear him banging on the back of your... Yeah, absolutely.
Ah! Gozer, they're getting at our door. What did you do? Why is the arm not working?
I don't broke it.
She pulled 4 up, right? So I'll pull it down.
Okay, so both claws retract back,
Go back
into
in.
the sub. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm going to, if I... So the tail is already extended.
Yeah, the tails and the leg pop out at the same time.
Am I able to slap the tail at the guy in the back?
No.
Oh, dang it.
It's less of a tail and more of a rudder.
And I couldn't do any claw attacks now that the claws are in.
You would have to pop them back out, but then that would be your second manipulation.
I know. I figure that's what I'll do. Ah, dang it, Gozer. So then I push 4 up.
The claws pop back, and both of them now look like they're fully functional, as you've kind of reset this right side. Gozer.
I'm gonna say, I know broke it, you broke it, and I'm gonna shove 5 up to attack the guy, and I have no idea which one moves us forward, so I'm going to push on 2 after I attack.
Okay, so you get both claws now functioning.
I got a 10 and a 22.
The 22 hits.
That is 7 points of damage.
Couldn't she ask me which one?
She could, but she didn't.
You put lever 2 up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, nothing happens.
Perfect. Okay. I thought I was going to close it.
Down would have closed the front shutter, but since the front shutter is up already, you kind of hear it like, same with like the arms. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, we need move up. And I throw
moving
up
is 6.
Lever 2. Well, move us.
Moving is 6. All right,
Shaft,
so at
you're
least
up.
I said what it is.
Brendel has grappled this robe guy in the right claw.
So this robe guy here that's behind him, is he actually right on top of them, or is he floating out there like that?
He's like floating, kind of, again, grasped in your guys' right claw. He's kind of just like twisted around, like fumbling with the back of their apparatus.
All right, so I'm going to take the 5. I hit 5 up and try to snip him.
Okay.
That is a 23.
Yeah.
6 points of damage.
All right.
And then with the other claw, can I just... let's see. I assume I can go 5 again. Or no, they do them both at the same time, right?
It does, but one has him grasped.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess, if I push 5 up again, does he release and pinch again, or does it?
You know what? I'm going to say, since he's grappled, that right one just squeezes him. So, auto hit. Roll another 2d6.
Pop his head off.
That's that's 12.
Oh, shit. Okay, he's looking very, very bad. As you squeeze him, you see, like, mist of blood kind of cloud the water around his head as he coughs up, spits up blood from his crushed internal organs.
And I'll say 5 up. 5 up's good.
Falsey, that's you.
All right. I think I'm going to do the same. Try and squeeze him again.
All right, so roll for that auto. Roll for the auto squeeze on the grappled guy.
7.
Your right claw just squeezes until it severs him in half, and the two pincers close together, and you just see his separated halves just drift apart in the in this water.
Oh. Nasty.
Would we be able to see the blood in the water now?
Yeah, you could probably see
Look, Gozer. I think they got him.
mist of red come from behind you.
Maybe got him.
Unless that's Falzarin's blood. Oop.
I assume we don't hear any banging on the back of our barrel anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of ceased, yes.
This tunnel's still too narrow for us to get around.
No, yeah, you wouldn't be able to
The other
move
side.
past Brent's stuff.
Okay. I'll move forward a little bit so that we're getting closer behind them. So I will press number 6 up.
All right, and then Brenda will just elect to do nothing, as there really is nothing for him to do. Unless you want him to randomly pick a lever to throw.
No, I don't think so.
I'm all good as long as Tin's out of the picture. I specifically told him no. No Tin.
Yes, you did, yes. Okay, so back to this last surviving. He kind of sees the top half of his buddy float above the top of your sub, and he's actually going to turn and run.
But he can't run fast underwater, so we ought to be able to catch him. Oh, shit. He can swim, though.
You see him zip right off, and he seems to have no problem swimming.
He's got flippers.
Bryn, you're up.
Alright, Gozer, let's go. So I push the lever and move as far as we can, basically. Don't care about these two that we float by. Move. If we're still in initiative, I'll move twice, I guess, forward. Just keep going.
Okay.
Don't let him get away.
I'll get him.
So as you move in to this kind of where this turn happens, where this guy has run, you see that the tunnel begins to forms this incline, and you get to the top of it. It opens up into this much larger chamber, but you also at the top of the tunnel you kind of breach the water as the water level is reduced up on this level. Still kind of, though you can see on the ground it's still flooded, but not completely submerged, and you get the crab right up to this robed human who's now standing in about a foot and a half of water. And Gozer, you are up.
Get him, Gozer.
Can I still reach him with the pinchers? With the claw?
Yeah. Basically, we just shifted you guys, same positioning all the way down this tunnel.
Okay, I'm gonna push 5 up and try and claw him. That's a 16.
Yep.
You want me to roll the second attack or wait?
Sure.
That's a 12.
They both hit.
15 points of damage total.
And you're right and left, and the last snip kind of catches him in the arm and clips off his left arm, and he just kind of falls face down into the foot and a half of water here, and just kind of floats as his arm just drifts away.
I unarmed him.
And you see,
Good
though,
one, Gozer.
immediately upon death, that what once was a human morphs and changes into this strange creature that you've never seen before. Still humanoid, but like its face kind of becomes mottled and very like a crustacean, and like down its face is split. It's kind of this split mouth that would open into this huge gaping jaw. And okay, so we're currently we'll fall out of initiative now. So Shaft, you can drive up this tunnel, or what would you
I'm
guys
gonna
like
follow
to do?
him.
Okay.
We're gonna follow him
Yeah.
down the hole.
I'm gonna tell Gozer. Did you see that? Look at him. That's not a human.
He ugly.
Yeah, he ugly. He needed some braces, man.
So as we go by, do we just still see these pirates that are floating there?
Yeah, they're still just kind of floating there. They've now kind of, floating above the ceiling of this tunnel.
So we're going to look at them as we go down that way. Do they look like they're dead, or do they have those things on their faces? I can't remember.
They do have those things on their faces, yeah.
Okay. So, Falsey, what do you see the things on their faces?
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that.
It looks like I'm going to take the claw and try to move it. It's extended out, so I'm just going to try to turn over to the left with the 7 and sort of hit it.
Okay.
And see if he moves.
Oh, like if the whole body?
Yeah, just sort of hit the body and see if the thing that's on his face reacts to it, or if he reacts in any way.
Yeah, kind of. You just, as you nudge it, the body just kind of starts to spin, with the force of the push, and the creature itself, its body seems to like crumple under the force, and then as it's kind of spinning away from you, it just begins to inflate and deflate again back to what it was previously doing. No reaction either from the actual person that this thing is attached to, as they still seem to be unconscious.
Should we put them out of their misery and just chop them in half?
I don't want to jump to that yet.
Could you guys do me a perception check?
10.
17.
So, Falzer, not the one that Shaft had bumped, but now this second guy kind of off to your left, out the side viewfinder, you recognize this is Captain Grimby Chum.
Grimby?
What?
Shaft, that guy over there looks like Captain Grimby. Captain Grimby Chum.
Ah. Yeah, it does look like him. That's unfortunate.
What I was saying is, I say we leave... That is unfortunate, I agree, Shaft. I say we leave him here and focus on the task at hand, which is getting rid of Erica. And on our way back, maybe we can rescue these, maybe if we get those creatures off their face, they'll come back to life and we can save them. I don't know. Let's just leave them for now.
I was going to chop them in half a minute ago, so I guess it's no worse death if they just float here for a while. Yeah, let's go on down.
So, Brennan Gozer, what are you guys doing up here now while they're kind of inspecting this person? What have you guys done? So this chamber now, you can see it's quite large, and it's no longer completely flooded, just that 1.5 feet of water. So you could potentially get out of your subs now. And you kind of see two large, they look like kind of like growths of coral. They look like almost like large bowls just kind of sprouting out of the floor.
Is the floor all coral?
It is that same like bone white coral.
Can we walk the crab up onto the floor?
That's
Yeah,
what I was gonna.
absolutely.
I was gonna suggest. I was just hoping Gozer wouldn't want to jump out. Hey, Gozer. Until we see what's all in this area, let's just stay in the crab and walk around a little bit. Protect ourselves.
For now.
For now. But it's it's a pretty big robot we're in here.
But
Is it a
Gozer
robot?
can't do much inside this. If something else
I know.
attacks, Gozer jump out.
I know. But if something's in here, I'd rather be in this right now till we find out what we're dealing with. So let's explore a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, so we walk around like the perimeter basically.
Okay, so as you near one of these pools from your vantage, as this kind of bowl shape is only about 3 feet high, you see into it, and it's just kind of a pool of water with those 3 tentacled balloon creatures just kind of swimming around. And so there are 2 pools. One of them's got about 4 or 5. The other one has more like a half a dozen. And as you kind of continue through this chamber, you see that there's another exit, kind of that runs parallel with the portion in which you walked up into. And that seems to be the only other exit outside of this chamber. That tunnel does narrow to 5 feet.
And is the water still low?
It's still that 1.5 feet of like flooded, kind of flooding, but not fully submerged.
Looks like we're gonna have to get out, Gozer. You happy now?
Gozer no like being in tin can.
So Shaft and Falzer and you guys have now caught up kind of down this tunnel, and you've witnessed these same kind of pools, and Brendan and Gozer kind of walking their crab around this new chamber.
We park it right by that 5 foot area, like pathway there, scoping it out.
We'll sort of do the same as they do. We'll follow them onto the ground, and
I think Gozer would say, leave Crab near water. We could run faster than Crab can. We run over to Crab and get in water quick.
Okay, so walk it back to where we came in?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
where the hell are they going? We just got here.
Let's walk it back to the entrance that we came in, and then I'll open the hatch and
Okay.
poke out.
Yes.
It's like they're going back up.
Shaft and Falzern, you guys, as you kind of come into the chamber, you also notice this strange-looking creature. As now the hood has kind of floated back, and it's revealed, kind of sprouting out of its head, that kind of run down its neck and tuck into the back of its robe. Looks like what would be like long braided hair, but instead of hair, it's tentacles.
Can I make some sort of check to see if maybe I heard or read of a creature that might resemble this?
Sure, make me a nature check. My goodness, what is that? As Brendel's kind of pushing Shaft out of the way so he can look out this front viewfinder.
So it's a 17.
So you actually do have a bit of knowledge of what this creature is. You know that this is what's called a deep scion. You also know that they are very effective disguise capabilities.
Okay.
Generally, if you were to encounter them, they are there to obfuscate and spread some type of subterfuge within a particular area. You also know of their creation. This particular creature, to form one of them, a person needs to have succumbed to some type of watery death, and they are approached by some type of godlike entity and offered this new life and transformed into servitude under this entity.
Okay.
And no specific entity, but you know what I mean, like something with
Powerful.
that type of power, yeah.
Yeah. Brendel, Shaft, do you recognize these things?
No.
I can't say that I do.
I think I've read about them years ago in a very dusty old book that I came across. They're called Deep Scions, and I have a feeling they're here doing Erica's bidding. They're generally kind of spies or sort of servants to higher powers.
So specifically, Falzarin, obviously this is strictly knowledge that you have, and not the rest of the party. I mean, this may be knowledge that you may not want to share, obviously, but you were actually told about these things by an old friend of yours.
Okay. Oh.
Waiting for the light bulb moment.
So is all that previous conversation not happened?
No, so what I said stands.
Okay. So what are they doing to the guy? Are they like bringing him back to life? Are they breathing for him? I mean, how do they work?
Well, no, I'm talking about that creature that was disguised as in a human form that after Gozer and Bryn's sub killed him, he kind of transformed back into this weird-looking nautical creature.
Not the sucker things.
No.
And you also see floating in the water now its severed arm. It's kind of come free of the sleeve of the robe, and sprouting from its forearm is like this long, big fin, like this narrow kind of fin.
Okay.
Are you guys still in your crab?
Yeah.
Are Brendan Gozer, are you guys getting out of yours?
Yeah. I opened the hatch already. I'm crawling out. So we
okay.
didn't hear any of that conversation.
No,
is what
right.
I mean. Yeah.
Hey, looks like the others are hopping out. Should we park our crab and hop out as well? I don't think we can fit through this passageway that's leading out of here.
Let's park our crab and see what happens before we get out.
Okay.
I mean, did you see those pools there? Those sucker things are in there.
Yeah. I wonder if that's like a breeding ground for them or something.
Yeah, we're just gonna watch for about 10 seconds.
So Bryn and Gozer, Gozer would be in the back, so she'd kind of be the first one out. As you hop into the water, you almost kind of lose your footing as the floor underneath the water kind of is coated in like this it's like algae, like green slime. So it's very, very slippery. So I will also point out in your environment here on the map, you see I have these little red colored like pieces of coral in some squares. So now in reality they're not actually colored, they're still that bone white, that dead coral, but they do kind of sprout up almost like a stalagmite would in like a rocky cave, like kind of spikes growing up, rock formations out of the ground. It's kind of a similar thing but made of coral, so you actually cannot walk or move through those squares on the map.
Okay.
So something's gonna happen in here. Gozer, you want me to go first? Do you want to go first? Let's go. Let's go. You're ready.
Let's go.
You going first?
Gozer go first.
All right. I know you're ready for a fight.
We should probably hop out, guys. It looks like they're getting ready to go ahead.
Yeah, we're like not even looking. We're going.
All right, I'll push the 10 and I'll sort of go ahead.
All right, so I jump out.
Okay.
I'll scoot over in the other seat and let Brendel get out.
It's pretty slippery down here, guys. Watch your step.
And I'll sort of just spin the thing around a little bit with the left move on number 7 and sort of tilt it around so I can see directly where they're standing. Is it okay? Is there anything? What's in the pools?
Shaft, quit being so paranoid. Hop out of there.
I want to see if I need to. I mean, these things are pretty good to fight in. So if we need to, I might want to stay in here until we find out what we're dealing with.
I think I've learned a little bit.
While they're talking, can we keep walking?
If you guys do not want to wait for them, you can absolutely.
I don't think we want to wait for them, right, Gozer?
Nope.
What I've learned so far, Shaft, is you probably don't want to stick your head face first down into any one of those 2 pools with the thing swimming around in it.
Okay, so common sense. And I get out. When I'm standing up on the top, I'll look down. What do those things look like they're doing? Are they swimming around? Are they...
much like a squid would with an ink propulsion, but their bodies kind of deflate and it like shoots out a jet of water as they're kind of just slowly like circling around in these pools.
All right, we'll get out as they continue to walk down the pathway till it goes into the black area. I'll get out and we'll start walking that way, or I'll start walking that way.
We're gonna have to hustle. They're trying to lose us here.
And turn around. Where you at? Come on, let's go.
Slow down.
Bunch of wimps. We're ready.
I imagine this water is fairly deep for a shaft.
Yeah, you said it was how deep?
1.5 feet.
Yeah, it's up to my chest. I'm taller than that. I'm 2'7".
So because of the slime coating, these coral tunnels now are actually considered to be difficult terrain for you all. Okay.
All right.
So Gozer, you're leading.
I am.
Are you being stealthy?
I am now. Now that I see this straight ahead, yes.
We marched and they're about 30 feet and it curves and I'm like, Gozer, let's be sneaky, right?
Let's ask the question. Do we hear anything?
I don't hear anything.
You kind of hear the soft like sloshing of water, and you can kind of actually see the very slight like ripples of movement that kind of are flowing and traveling down this tunnel in this 1.5 feet of water.
Okay.
So yeah, we're being stealthy now.
Gozer kind of at the very end of this slight curve into this straight 30-ish feet straightaway. You can see partially into this other chamber, and you see Erica at the end of this chamber. She's just kind of standing. She's just kind of shifting back and forth a little bit. She seems to be pretty preoccupied with something in the room, but you can't quite make it out from where you are.
I'm gonna definitely sneak up to the end of the hallway.
Okay, roll me a stealth check, and anyone else that is coming with her.
Well, do I see her yet? Not from my vantage point, I assume.
Not quite yet, no.
I follow Gozer.
I got a 12.
Okay.
I got a 27.
Shaft and Falsey, or are you guys being...
I think we're too far to know what's going on. You're like too far behind, right?
Well, we would maybe sneak up and then wait for you.
Yeah, as soon as I can see what they're seeing, as soon as I can see Erica, I'm going to say to Shaft, we need to be... I don't know what she's doing up there, but she's not aware of us yet. Let's be stealthy.
Stop. Shh. Stop for a second. I'll cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay.
My man.
I will continue to sneak up. That gives me a 35.
Gozer, wouldn't you
Stealth.
be a little bit further down? Or no, you're stopping there.
Oh.
If you're moving down to the end, move where you would stop, and then when Erica comes into view of Shaft, he kind of holds Falsey and Brendel back. And what's the range on that Pass Without Trace, Shaft?
It is 30 feet.
Okay, so
let me double check that. It is 30 feet from me.
And what does it add to other players' stealth check?
10.
Plus 10.
So that's at 28 for Falzern.
I think Shaft would be able to get everybody in that. So I'll add the 10 to what Gozer and Bryn had previously rolled as well. Gozer, as you kind of hit this tunnel now, and you all get closer, you kind of find Erica, and Gozer, you see her, and kind of standing in front of her is this beautiful young woman. And next to that young woman, you see this old, like, haggard and gray half-orc, and you quickly realize that you're looking into a mirror, but the images it's reflecting is distorted in some way, as you kind of recognize your own furs and the little bit of your necklace kind of poking out. Is that me?
Can Bryn see past her? If it's a 5-foot doorway, I'm right there. Or no, just Gozer.
Yeah, Bryn, you absolutely kind of see the same thing, and you just see the reflection of you guys down this hall. And it's very clear to you that Erica can also see your reflection here. And she just kind of... You see the beautiful woman in the mirror kind of just gives a smile. This very, very radiant smile. Yeah, the reflection gives off as she then slowly turns. Hello, I see you've followed me. But as the woman turns, you see the same person that you met outside the hut. This old, haggard-looking woman. So very clearly, this mirror kind of shows young, old, shows beautiful as ugly, and vice versa.
Okay. To Blave!
And that's our show. Our intro and outro music was created by Josh Jarvis. For your own musical inquiries, contact jamesmercymusic@gmail.com. All other music and ambient noise is courtesy of tabletopaudio.com. The Incorrigible Party is sponsored by Critical Hit Design. Visit criticalhitdesign.com for all of your graphic design needs. You can find more info on the characters and world at incorrigibleparty.com. Enjoying the show? Have any questions or rules corrections? Email us. contact@incorrigibleparty.com or reach out on social media. The Incorrigible Party on Facebook and Instagram, @IncorrigiblePar on Twitter, using the hashtag AfterPartyIP for a shout out during our behind the screen after party episodes that drop every 4th release. Happy adventuring!